The morning light spilled gently through the window, casting soft golden streaks across the living room floor. I sat on the sofa, cradling a warm cup of tea, feeling the comforting heat seep into my fingers. Outside, birds chirped softly, and the breeze stirred the curtains. A seemingly ordinary, peaceful morning, but inside me, happiness was tinged with a quiet anticipation. At 6 months into my pregnancy, I felt the miracle of a tiny life growing within me. Knowing that everything was about to change, Min stepped out of the bedroom, his hair messy but his eyes sparkling in a way that seemed unusual. There was a quiet determination in him, like he was carrying something heavy, something important. "Lan," he said, his voice low and warm, "can we talk for a bit?" I looked up, took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. Moments like this, where we shared everything from the mundane to the serious always, made me feel safe. I nodded and smiled faintly. Min sat beside me, placing his hand over mine. That simple touch was enough to calm my racing thoughts. "I want to talk about the baby's name," Min began, his tone careful. I furrowed my brow slightly. We had joked about names before, tossing ideas back and forth, but we had never seriously discussed anything. I took a slow sip of tea, letting the steam warm me, and asked softly, "Do you have an idea?" Min lowered his gaze, staring into the distance as if peering into a faraway memory. "If it's a girl, I want to use Emmy, or Grace, her middle name." My heart skipped a beat. A shiver ran down my spine. "Her?" I asked, trying to steady my voice. "You mean your ex?" He nodded. "I loved her truly, but she's gone. I thought maybe we could use her name for our child, as a way to remember her. I know it sounds strange, but it's something I've always thought about." I fell silent. A whirlwind of emotions hit me: confusion, unease, hurt, mixed with a flicker of anger. I had known about Min's deep, long-term love for Emmy nearly 6 years of their lives, but I always believed he was ready for a new chapter. I trusted him to choose me. But now, hearing that he wanted to name our child after her made me feel invaded, unprepared. Why? Why would you want to name our baby after her? Don't you think that might upset me? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Min sighed. "I don't think it will. It's just a way to honor her, not a competition. I know you love me, and this doesn't change that." But logic wasn't enough to ease my emotions. "But this is our child, Min. This isn't about you and her anymore. The baby would carry the name of someone you once loved, someone I've never met. Doesn't that feel strange to you?" He looked at me, eyes both serious and tender. He took my hand in his. "Lan, I understand. I really do. If you don't want it, we can find another way. I don't want to force you. I just want you to know why I think about it." I closed my eyes and drew in a deep breath, trying to steady the storm inside me. A mixture of doubt, unease, and curiosity churned within. Was this jealousy? Or was it the natural instinct of a soon-to-be mother wanting to protect her child? I wondered, could Min's past still influence the love he has for me? Is the love he feels for me strong enough to rise above memories of someone he lost? Min stayed silent, his gaze fixed on me. I felt his patience and love, but the invisible distance remained. Part of me wanted to agree, part of me recoiled. My heart felt pulled in 2 directions. We sat together in quiet, hearing only the soft tick of the clock, the faint bird songs outside, and the rustling curtains. In that silence, I felt Min's memories of Emmy creeping into our present, casting a faint shadow over us. Yet I realized something important. This was the beginning of a new journey, a journey where love, memories, unease, and hope would intertwine, testing our trust and hearts. I shivered slightly, thinking of the months ahead. We would have to confront many emotions, make difficult decisions, and likely face arguments we couldn't avoid. But I also knew that if we could navigate this together, our love and family would grow stronger. Min gently stroked my hair. I won't do anything to make you uncomfortable, Lan. I promise. I just want you to know that the past is a part of me, but the present and the future are all about you. I looked into his eyes, a warm feeling blooming inside me. Yet, at the same time, a vague emptiness lingered, the mark of a memory left behind by someone who had passed. I reminded myself, from this moment on, nothing would be the same. The peaceful days were over, replaced by a new journey filled with challenges, where we would have to reconcile past and present, love and memory, to protect our family. And in the quiet, I felt it deeply. The coming days would not only bring joy, but also lessons about love, trust, and personal boundaries in a marriage. A week had passed since our conversation about the baby's name. Our daily life went on as usual, sunny mornings, birds chirping outside the window, and Min quietly making coffee for me before work. Yet, inside me, a heavy feeling lingered. I couldn't stop thinking about his wish to name our child after Emmy. I tried to rationalize it. It's just a name, I told myself. It's just his way of honoring the past. But the unease wouldn't go away. Every time I looked at Min, I saw a depth in his eyes, a connection to a past I could never touch. One evening, after dinner, we sat together on the sofa. Min sighed and spoke. Lan, I've been thinking a lot. I want the baby's name, if it's a girl, to be Emmy or Grace. I know you're not thrilled about it, but I want this. I held his hand, trying to keep my voice calm. Min, I understand that you want to remember her, but this is our child. You're bringing the past into the present in a way that makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how to explain it without hurting you. Min looked at me, a mixture of surprise and frustration in his eyes. Lan, I don't get why you're upset. She's gone. She's not competing with you. I just want to honor her. Why is this so hard for you? His words cut deep. Part of me wanted to shout, this isn't jealousy. This is about boundaries. This is my right to name my own child. But I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and forced myself not to let anger take over. The next day, Min tried to negotiate. He suggested that we could use Emmy or Grace as a middle name if I didn't want it as the first. That way, the memory is honored, but you'll feel more comfortable, he said, trying to reassure me with a small smile. I shook my head. Confusion and hurt surged inside me. You don't understand, Min. It's not the name itself. It's the feeling how the past intrudes on our child. Don't you see? It makes me feel like I'm sharing your love with someone who's no longer here. Min went quiet, staring off into the distance. I realized that even though he loved me, a piece of his heart still belonged to Emmy. I felt a twinge of guilt for feeling this way, but I couldn't help the hurt. I didn't know how to make him understand. The distance between us began to show. At first, it was just quiet thoughts, but soon it started creeping into our everyday life. Every time Min mentioned the name, my chest tightened. Every glance from him carried a shadow I couldn't reach. A week later, Min told his sister about the situation. I had no idea until she texted me, asking how I felt about Min wanting to name the baby after his ex. I was stunned. Why would he tell someone else before we figured it out ourselves? When I asked him, he just shrugged. I needed to vent, Lan. I had to talk to someone. You're making a bigger deal out of this than I expected. I felt isolated, judged unfairly. His sister even said only a little girl would get jealous over someone who's dead. It's ridiculous. I wanted to scream, this isn't jealousy. This is my child, my feelings. But I stayed silent. That night, lying in bed, I wondered if our marriage could survive this challenge. Min was beside me, shifting occasionally, eyes still on me, but the distance was there. I realized this was just the beginning. The coming days would be filled with emotions, where past and present, love and hurt would collide, testing both our trust and our hearts. Inside, a resolve grew. I wouldn't stay silent. I needed Min to understand that no matter how precious the past is, our present and future must be protected. I would stand my ground for myself, for our unborn child, and for the love we were building. But I also knew it wouldn't be easy. Every word, every decision from now on would carry the weight of both past and future, and I had to brace myself for the emotional storms ahead. The days after Min told his sister about the baby's name felt like a heavy weight pressing against my chest. I tried to live normally, going to work, cooking, preparing for our first child, but every interaction with Min had become delicate, like walking on a tightrope. Every word, every gesture, every fleeting look could trigger confusion and unease inside me. That morning, I woke up early. The sunlight streamed gently through the curtains, but I didn't feel the usual calm. I glanced at Min, sleeping beside me. His familiar form, the one I loved, suddenly felt distant. I wondered, is his love for me strong enough to overcome these memories? When Min went downstairs to the kitchen, I was washing dishes, my hands trembling slightly, thinking about our conversation the night before. He walked over, his expression serious. Lan, my sister texted me today, asking how you feel about the baby's name. I think we should talk openly again. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and tried to steady my voice. Min, I've already said it. I don't want our child to carry the name of your ex. It's not jealousy, but I feel uncomfortable. This is our child, not the past. Min paused, eyes mixed with disappointment and frustration. Lan, I don't understand why you keep resisting. She's gone. She's not a threat. I just want to honor her. That's all. His words cut like a cold wind across my heart. Part of me wanted to shout, this isn't jealousy. It's my right to name my child. But I closed my eyes, inhaled deeply, and forced myself to remain calm. I realized that if I let my emotions take over, the tension would only worsen. Yet inside, the unease grew. I remembered the mornings when Min would talk about Emmy, sharing youthful memories without hiding a thing. Back then, I felt reassured, believing the past was only a memory, harmless. Now, it had come alive in the form of a name, creeping into our lives, making me feel as if I were sharing Min's love. One evening, Min and I sat in the living room under the soft glow of the lamp, silence heavy but tense. I spoke with a trembling voice. Have you ever considered how I feel? If I wanted to name our child after someone I once loved, but you couldn't, how would that feel for you? Min was quiet, his eyes deep with thought. After a long pause, he said, "I would endure it. I would bear it, because I know the past is gone. The dead don't compete. I won't let that affect our love." I looked at him, a mix of relief and heartache washing over me. He said he would endure it, but in his eyes lingered the shadow of memory. I realized that even though Min loved me, a part of his heart still belonged to Emmy. That truth made me feel both guilty and insecure. The next day, Min's sister called, her voice filled with curiosity and judgment. "Don't you think this whole baby name thing is a little much? Min just wants to honor her. Only a little girl would get jealous over someone who's dead." A surge of anger rose in me, but I forced myself to stay calm. "Sis, this isn't jealousy. It's my right to feel comfortable with my child's name. And Min, sharing this with others before we resolved it, it makes me feel isolated." The call ended, but the hurt lingered. I lay in bed, hand on my growing belly, telling myself, I need to stay calm. I have to find a way to make Min understand. Not just for me, but for our unborn child. But the more I thought, the more complicated it felt. Min had always been honest about his past, and I had trusted that honesty. But now, that honesty had become a challenge, a boundary I had to navigate. I felt clearly that to protect our love and family, I had to confront my own fears and insecurities. In the following days, the atmosphere at home grew tense. Every mention of the baby's name made my chest tighten. I realized I had to choose, empathize with my husband, or protect my own emotional well-being. Part of me wanted to compromise, but another part insisted I could not remain silent. One night, Min looked at me, eyes a mix of worry and resolve. "Lan, I want you to agree with this. I don't want you to hate me, but I also don't want to give up the memory." I drew a long breath and told myself, I have to be strong. I have to set boundaries clearly. If I don't, this memory will creep into our present, affecting our child, affecting us. And in that moment, another resolve arose. No matter how difficult or tense it gets, I will not let this break our marriage. I will face it head on, calmly and honestly, so we can understand each other better. But I knew, clearly, the journey ahead would be full of challenges, where pent-up emotions, inner conflicts, and decisions about our family's future would test our love, trust, and patience. From this moment, I understood the story of the baby's name is not just about a name. It is a test of love, understanding, and the boundary between past and present in a marriage. That evening, under the soft glow of the living room lamp, the space was quiet but tense. Min and I sat across from each other. My heart was racing, each breath reminding me that what I was about to say could be decisive. "Min," I began, my voice trembling but trying to stay calm, "we need to talk straight about the baby's name. I can't stay silent anymore. I need you to understand how I feel." Min looked at me, his eyes a mix of determination and frustration. "Lan, I've already said it. I just want to honor her. How does that affect you and me?" I gritted my teeth, frustration rising. "It does affect me. It affects my mood, my feelings, and how I feel about our child. I can't watch our child carry the name of someone you once loved, as if I'm competing with the past." Min was silent for a moment, then his voice lowered, still firm. "Lan, don't you see that your reaction feels like jealousy? I've tried to explain, tried to be patient, but you keep resisting." I took a deep breath, tears starting to sting my eyes. This isn't jealousy, Min. It's a boundary. It's my right to feel comfortable with our child's name. I can't stay silent when this hurts me. Are you listening? Min looked at me, his eyes revealing confusion and a hint of exhaustion. He sighed, shoulders slightly tense. I hear you. But Lan, you have to understand, I just want to remember a beautiful part of my past. I don't want to hurt you, but I also don't want to forget her entirely. His words hit a sensitive spot in me. Part of me wanted to blame him. You're loving both your past and the present. Yet another part softened, realizing that Min's memories were part of him, and he wanted to preserve them, even if it made me uncomfortable. I leaned forward, placing my hand on my belly, feeling the small heartbeat of our child. But our child isn't the past, Min. Our child is the present, the future. I want them to grow up surrounded by our love, not in the shadow of the past. Do you understand? Min lowered his head, silent for a long moment. I could see the internal struggle in his eyes, between his love for me and his memories of Emmy. I knew this was a critical moment. If we weren't honest, the distance between us could widen, and it might affect our marriage. Lan, he finally said, sighing, his voice gentler, I get it. I don't want to push you. I don't want our child to feel caught between the past and the present. We'll find another way, a name that feels right for both of us. My chest loosened slightly, though still uneasy. I offered a small smile. Thank you, Min. I don't want to stop you from remembering her, but I need to protect a boundary for me, for our child. He took my hand, eyes full of affection. Lan, I love you. My past is a memory, but the present and future, it's all us. I promise, you and our child come first. We sat in silence, but this time it was differenter, silence of understanding, of peace. The distance remained, but it had narrowed, making room for trust and empathy. In the following days, the atmosphere at home softened. Min began helping with preparing the nursery, shopping for baby clothes, and we read parenting books together. Each small moment reminded me of the love in our present, reinforcing that even though the past exists, it doesn't have to be a barrier if we face it together. One afternoon, I sat in the rocking chair, hand on my belly, and Min sat down beside me. Lan, I want us to create new memories for our child. Memories they'll carry for a lifetime, but memories of our family, not my past. I smiled, tears streaming down my cheeks. I want that too, Min. We'll make beautiful, complete memories for our child together. Over the next days, I realized this challenge wasn't just about a name. It was a test of trust, empathy, and the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I learned that love isn't only an emotion. It's also a choice, patience, and the ability to overcome challenges together. From this moment on, I knew every decision. Every conversation in a marriage carries the weight of the past, present, and future. And the way we handle these challenges will define our love and our family. The days after Min and I had our honest conversation about the baby's name felt calmer at home. But the tension still lingered, quietly like a small, persistent flame. Min became more careful with his words, and I tried not to bring up the baby's name, but sometimes a glance or a small gesture was enough to make me uneasy. One evening, Min received a call from his mother. Her voice was calm but carried a hint of seriousness. Min, what will you name your daughter? I heard from your sister and I want to know how you're planning for the baby. Min looked at me, eyes uneasy. I took a deep breath as he answered, "Yes, Mum. We're discussing the name, and we want to choose one that works for both of us. We haven't made a final decision yet." The call ended, but I could feel the tension spreading. Min's family, especially his sister and mother, all cared deeply about the name. It made me feel pressured and insecure. I wondered if we were placing too much importance on a name, forgetting what truly mattered, our love and preparing for our child. The next day, Min's sister came over. She sat across from me, eyes curious and slightly judgmental. "Lan, don't you think you're overreacting? Min just wants to honor his past. Only a little girl would react this strongly." I felt anger rise, but forced myself to stay calm. "Sis, I'm not overreacting. I just want to protect my feelings and our child's." When Min shared this with the family before resolving it with me, it made me feel isolated. "I don't want this to affect our marriage." His sister sighed, her expression a mix of frustration and sympathy. "But Lan, he's tried to be patient. It's just a name, not a matter of life and death." I looked her in the eye, voice serious. "Yes, it's not life or death, but it affects how I feel about our child and my husband. Even a name can create distance if no one understands each other's emotions." After she left, I felt tired but relieved for having spoken my boundaries. Min came over, took my hand, and said, "Lan, I know my family upset you. I promise they won't influence our decision. It's just us and our baby." Looking into Min's eyes, warmth filled me. We were standing together, facing outside pressures, learning to set boundaries and respect each other. In the following days, Min and I focused on preparing for the baby. We decorated the nursery, bought clothes and toys, and read parenting books together. Each small moment reminded me that even though the past exists, our present and future are what we create together. One afternoon, as I sat in the rocking chair with my hand on my belly, Min sat beside me. "Lan, I think we should make beautiful memories for our child. Memories they'll carry for a lifetime. But memories of our family, not my past." I smiled, tears streaming down my cheeks. "I want that too. Min, we'll build a happy family together for our child and for us." Still, a lingering tension remained. I felt uneasy whenever I thought about Min's family or his memories of Emmy. I realized that the baby's name wasn't just a name, it was a test of trust, empathy, and patience. One evening, Min and I sat on the sofa, hands intertwined, talking about the future. "Lan, I want us to do everything together, from choosing the name, preparing the nursery, to raising our child. I want you to feel safe and trust me," Min said. I nodded, tears falling. "I trust you, Min. I know the past can't be changed, but the present and future, they're ours." From that moment, I understood every decision, every conversation in a marriage carries the weight of the past, present, and future. And how we handle these challenges will shape our love and our family. These challenges were not easy, but they were opportunities to learn how to listen, respect each other's feelings, and build a strong foundation for the future. I realized that love is not just an emotion, it's also a choice, patience, and the ability to face challenges together. And from this point on, I knew the story of the baby's name isn't just about a name, it's a test for our marriage, our trust, and the future of our family. In the following weeks, the atmosphere at home seemed calm on the surface. But Min and I both knew that the issue of our baby's name was still a knot that hadn't been fully untied. Every time we discussed preparations for the baby, I felt a mix of excitement, anxiety, and unease. One afternoon, Min placed his hand on my belly, his voice serious. "Lan, I think it's time we decide on a name for our child. I don't want this worry to continue any longer, for both you and for me." I looked at him, my heart racing. This was the moment of decision, the moment that would shape not just the baby's name, but also the trust and understanding between us. "I think so too," I replied, my voice trembling but firm. "But this time, I want us to make the decision together. No one should feel forced, and no one should have to compromise their feelings just because the other wants it." Min nodded, eyes thoughtful. "I understand. I want you to feel comfortable, and I also want to preserve my memories of the past in a way that doesn't affect you or the baby." We opened our notebook of names, a long list of names we had liked or considered. We laughed, debated, and highlighted the ones that sounded pleasant, meaningful, or fit with our family. Every suggestion was discussed carefully, and for the first time in weeks, I felt a true sense of normalcy, free from tension or shadows of the past. Then Min looked at me, his voice gentle but tinged with lingering emotion. "Lan, if we choose a name without Emmy or Grace, will I be okay? I don't want you to feel like I'm giving up my memories, but I also don't want to force you." I took his hand, looking directly into his eyes. "Min, you're not giving up your memories. You can still remember her in your own way. But our child is the present, the love we share. I need you to understand that. The baby isn't a memory of the past." Min's eyes lit up, as if he was truly seeing me, seeing the depth of my feelings for the first time. He squeezed my hand tightly. "I understand now, Lan. I will respect your feelings. We will choose a name together, name that carries our love." The next day, we called Min's mother to share the news. "We've decided on a name for the baby. Thank you for understanding and respecting our decision." There was a pause on the other end, then her voice softened. "Children, I just want you to be happy. I understand and respect your decision. Congratulations to both of you." I exhaled, a wave of relief washing over me. The tensions of the past seemed to dissolve, replaced by the joy of preparing to welcome our first child. But deep down, I knew the challenge wasn't over. It was a lesson in trust, understanding, and putting each other's feelings first. Min and I had weathered this storm, but we both knew that marriage is never simple, and memories and emotions from the past would always be part of what we needed to navigate carefully. One evening, as I sat in the rocking chair, hand on my belly, Min sat down beside me. "Lan, I promise to always put you and our child first. I won't let the past or anyone else harm the love and happiness we share." I smiled, tears streaming down my cheeks. "I trust you, Min. I know the past is just a memory, but the present and future, they're ours, they're for our child. We'll create beautiful memories together for our child and for our family." In the days that followed, Min and I continued preparing everything for the baby. We shopped for clothes, decorated the nursery, and imagined the baby's first days. There were no more shadows of past memories, no more worries about the name. Instead, there was love, peace, and joy. As we looked forward to a hopeful future together, and, I realized, the story of the baby's name isn't just about a name, it's a test for a marriage. An opportunity to learn to love, respect, and understand one another. By overcoming this challenge, we didn't just find the perfect name. We rediscovered connection and trust in our love. *. The days following our decision on the baby's name brought a warm sense of calm to our home. There were no longer lingering tensions or anxious glances, just laughter, gentle conversations, and preparations for the arrival of our child. Every morning, as I sat in the kitchen sipping coffee, Min was always there beside me, helping prepare breakfast, gently reminding me of things to do to stay healthy for both of us. These simple moments made me realize that love isn't only about grand gestures or poetic words, it's about presence, care, and sharing life's small details. One afternoon, while we were arranging the nursery, I watched Min carefully place the crib in the center of the room, his eyes focused but full of tenderness. "Lan, I want every detail to be ours. This room, these toys, they're the baby's first beautiful memories," he said. I smiled and rested my hand on my belly, feeling our child's movements. A deep happiness washed over me. "I know, Min, our baby will grow up surrounded by our love, not in the shadow of the past." Occasionally, Min would talk to me about Emmy, not with regret or sadness, but with gentle recollection, as a memory carefully preserved. I realized that he had learned to balance the past with the present, and that remembering a lost love didn't diminish the love he had for me and our child. One evening, as we sat together on the sofa, Min said, "Lan, I understand that the past will always be a part of me, but I also understand that the present and the future belong to us. I promise to always put you and our child first." I looked at him, tears sliding down my cheeks. "I know, Min. I promise to always put our child and you first too. And together we will build a happy family." Days passed as we continued preparing everything for the baby's arrival. I realized that the challenge over the baby's name was never just about a name. It was a lesson in understanding, trust, and patience. We learned to listen to each other, to share feelings without judgment, and to resolve issues calmly and respectfully. One morning, as I sat in the rocking chair, hand on my belly, Min placed his hand on mine gently. "Lan, I know our child will grow up in a world full of challenges, but I trust that together we'll guide them, teach them values, and create a loving environment." I nodded, feeling a profound sense of peace. I believe that too, Min. Step by step, we will create a happy and complete family. And I realized that the past memories of lost loves or inevitable pains does not have to be a barrier. It can exist as lessons, as gentle reminders that help us cherish the present, love more deeply, and practice patience with one another. In the final days before our baby's birth, Min and I sat together talking about hopes, dreams, and plans for the future. There were no shadows of doubt or jealousy, only love and serenity. Min gently placed his hand on my shoulder. "Lan, I know the challenges we faced taught us so much. I'm grateful for your patience, for standing by me, and for facing everything together. I love you, and I love our little family." I smiled, warmth filling me. "I love you too, Min. We will create beautiful memories for our child, for ourselves, and for our family." From that moment, I understood that true love is not just a feeling, it's a choice, a patience, and the ability to face challenges together. Through every storm, we learned to cherish the present, respect each other, and understand that family is a place of peace, where memories and love meet to create a strong foundation for the future. The day our baby was born was a moment Min and I would never forget. The first cry echoed through the delivery room, and my heart felt like it would burst. Every bit of exhaustion from labor vanished, replaced by overwhelming happiness mixed with awe feeling I had never experienced before. Min held my hand tightly, his eyes red but shining with joy. "Lan, are you okay? The baby is healthy, and we did it." I smiled, tears streaming down my face. "Our baby is perfect, Min. We have a child." The days following the birth were a blend of immense joy and constant challenges. I had to learn how to balance my own recovery, taking care of myself, and caring for our baby. Min was always there, helping with diaper changes, feeding, reading guides on newborn care, and never hesitating to learn new things alongside me. Every small moment, the laughter, the glances, the gentle touches became a priceless memory. One evening, Min sat beside the crib, gazing at our sleeping baby, his voice low and filled with emotion. "Lan, looking at our baby makes me feel that all our struggles before this were worth it. Every moment with this little one is a gift." I placed my hand on his shoulder, feeling a profound peace. "I feel the same way. Our child is a testament to our love, to everything we've been through together." The sleepless nights were a significant challenge. Our baby cried in the middle of the night, sometimes hungry, sometimes uncomfortable. We took turns, learning patience and empathy. Every time Min held our baby and smiled, I could see that his love extended not only to me, but to our little family as a whole. I gradually realized that all the earlier challenges, deciding on the baby's name, the tension with Min's family had prepared us for this very moment. We had learned to listen, to compromise, and to resolve conflicts calmly and respectfully. These skills were invaluable now as new parents. One morning, Min handed the baby to me, and I felt the warmth fill my chest. "Min, I feel so lucky to have you by my side. Our baby is so happy to have a family filled with love." He looked at me, eyes shining with pride. "So am I, Lan. You and our baby mean everything to me. I promise to always be there, to protect and love both of you." The first few weeks flew by. We learned to balance new responsibilities, laughed and cried together, and savored every precious moment. I realized that the challenges we faced in our marriage didn't diminish our love. They helped us grow, understand each other better, and prepare for our little family. Sometimes, Min would share memories of his past, not to worry me, but as a way to share his history. I could see he had found a balance between past and present, and that the memories of Emmy were now gentle fragments, teaching him to cherish the present more fully. One afternoon, Min walked our baby around the yard, sunlight filtering through the trees. While I sat reading and watched them, a sense of peace washed over me. I silently thought, family is the most peaceful place, where memories, love, and hope come together to create a strong foundation for the future. Throughout the early weeks of our baby's life, we experienced every milestone, first smiles, tentative first steps, and even inexplicable crying spells. Each experience was a lesson, every moment a memory that would last a lifetime. We learned that being a parent is not just about caring for a child, but also about becoming the best version of ourselves. One evening, while our baby slept, Min sat beside me. I know the challenges we faced with the baby's name and our family taught us so much. I'm grateful for your patience and for facing everything with me. I smiled, feeling warmth spread through me. Me too, Min. We've learned to love, respect, and understand each other more deeply. Our child will grow up surrounded by love and care. These first months also taught me an essential truth. Happiness is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to face them together, to create beautiful memories, and to love unconditionally. Every second with our baby and with Min became a cherished moment I would hold forever. From that moment on, I understood that family is the foundation, a place where challenges are softened by love, trust, and patience. The past is no longer a burden, but a lesson, guiding us to appreciate the present and build a complete, fulfilling future. The months after our baby's birth were full of challenges, yet overflowing with joy and happiness. Min and I weren't just learning to be parents. We were learning to grow together in marriage, understanding that love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice, a patience, and the ability to face difficulties together. Min continued to be by my side, but now his presence felt deeper. He didn't just care for our baby. He observed, learned, and supported me in every little decision. I realized that growing in marriage isn't just about harmony. It's about understanding and respecting each other at the deepest level. One morning, while our baby slept, Min sat beside me, looking at me intently. "Lan, I've realized that all the difficulties we faced before the baby's name, family tensions, memories of the past have taught me so much. I know how to put you and our child first, but I also know how to honor my past without letting it control the present." I smiled, warmth spreading through me. "I feel the same way. Min, we've learned to listen, to be patient, and to share everything with each other. These lessons will help us build a strong family filled with love." In the days that followed, we began creating new routines for our family, energizing breakfasts, afternoon walks with the baby, peaceful evenings reading before bedtime. Every simple activity became an opportunity to connect, understand one another, and nurture our love. One afternoon, Min carried our baby around the park, sunlight filtering through the trees, while I sat on a bench watching them. Min looked back at me and smiled softly. "Lan, seeing our baby makes me feel that we've truly grown. We know how to love and protect what matters most, our family." I nodded, tears of joy running down my cheeks. "I feel the same. Min, we've overcome everything, and now all memories and challenges have become a part of us, helping us cherish the present even more." Min and I gradually realized that memories of the past were no longer a burden. Fragments of memories about Emmy or previous worries had become precious lessons, teaching us how to love without letting the shadows of the past interfere. We learned to communicate openly about feelings, share worries and joys, and respect each other's emotions. One evening, after our baby was asleep, Min took my hand, his voice warm and steady. "Lan, I know that growing in marriage isn't just about loving each other. It's about facing challenges, learning to forgive, and knowing how to put family first. I'm so happy to have you and our child by my side." I placed my hand on his, a sense of peace enveloping me. "Me too. Min, growing means knowing how to love, respect, and face everything together. Our child and our family will be proof of our love and growth." In the following days, we experienced countless quiet yet meaningful moments. Our baby's first smile, tentative first steps, and even the occasional nights of fussiness that kept us awake. Every experience was a lesson, every moment a priceless memory. We learned that marriage and family are an ongoing journey of growth, and true love is shown through actions and patience. During these months, I also realized an important truth. Balancing the past and the present is key to happiness. Memories of past loves, hardships, or pains were no longer obstacles. They were lessons that helped us cherish the present and look toward a fulfilling future. One beautiful morning, as Min and I prepared breakfast together, our baby giggling in the high chair, I looked at Min. You know, Min, now I understand that growing up in marriage isn't just about facing challenges. It's about knowing how to love steadily, patiently, and fully. We did it. Min smiled, looking at our child and me, his eyes shining with happiness. That's right, Lan, and our baby will grow up surrounded by love, peace, and the family we've built together. Every memory, every challenge before has only made us stronger and closer. And in that moment, I knew family is where love and growth meet, where the past doesn't overshadow the present, and where every challenge becomes an opportunity to love even more. In the months that followed, Min and I continued nurturing our family, experiencing every milestone, every caring gesture, every joyful laugh within our little home. We learned that family may not always be perfect, but love, respect, and the ability to grow together are what truly matter. And in that peaceful moment, I knew we had grown together. We had learned to balance memories, overcome challenges, and build a strong, loving, and happy family. Time passed, and Min and I gradually adapted to our new roles, parents and partners in a mature marriage. Our child grew day by day, and every laugh, tentative step, and occasional fuss became priceless moments that brought us closer than ever. One morning, as Min took our baby for a walk in the park, I sat on a bench watching them, thinking to myself, all the struggles and challenges we faced were worth it. We overcame them together, and now happiness is real. Min turned to me, a gentle smile on his face. Lan, seeing our child makes me realize we've truly grown. We know how to love, protect, and nurture what matters most. I nodded, warmth spreading through me. I feel the same. Min, now I understand that happiness isn't just a feeling, it's the way we live, love, and face challenges together. In the following months, we created small yet meaningful routines for our family, energetic breakfasts, quiet evening reading sessions with the baby, weekend outings. Every little moment became an opportunity to connect and create beautiful memories for our child. We also learned to balance past memories with the present. Memories of Emmy were now just a gentle part of Min's heart, no longer a barrier or challenge in our marriage. I realized that true love is the ability to accept the past, cherish the present, and look forward to the future together. One afternoon, while the three of us played in the yard, Min sat beside me. Lan, I know we've faced many challenges, but they've all helped us grow. I'm so happy to have you and our child with me. Every day with you two is a gift. I held his hand, my eyes shining. Me too. Min, we've learned to love patiently, respect each other, and know that family is the most peaceful place. During these months, I realized that family isn't just a place or a role, it's a deep connection between hearts. A continuous journey of learning and growing. We learned that lasting love is built on actions, patience, respect, and the ability to forgive. One evening, after our baby had fallen asleep, Min and I sat by the window, looking out at the quiet city. Lan, looking back at everything, I see that every difficulty, every fear we faced has made us stronger and closer. I believe we will continue building a happy, lasting family full of love. I smiled, a deep sense of peace washing over me. I believe so too. Every challenge, every tear, and every joyful moment is part of this journey. We've faced it all together, and now the future feels truly bright. Watching our baby sleep peacefully in Min's arms, I felt complete happiness. All worries about names, the past, or any challenges in our marriage now only served as lessons. We had learned to respect each other, love each other, and balance the past with the present, creating a strong and loving home. We also understood that family is a place where memories, love, and hope meet, where challenges are softened by patience, forgiveness, and listening. Each passing day, love in our family is not just a feeling, it is action, choice, and responsibility. One morning, Min held our baby out on the balcony, catching the sunlight while I stood beside them. Watching this peaceful scene, Min, I know this journey is long, but I'm not afraid. We've faced every challenge together, and now we're strong enough to continue building happiness for our family. He turned to me, eyes full of love. That's right, Lan, we've grown, learned to love, and know how to balance memories. Our child will grow up surrounded by love, peace, and a happy family. And in that moment, I realized that true happiness isn't the absence of challenges, but the ability to overcome them together, create beautiful memories, and love unconditionally. Finally, I understood that family is a journey, not a destination, and every day we spend together is an opportunity to love, learn, and grow. All past challenges, memories, and fears now serve as a strong foundation for the future. We smiled, watching our baby sleep soundly, holding hands, feeling peace fill our small home. Our family was complete. We had learned to balance the past with the present, love each other, and step into the future with trust and happiness. And in that quiet moment, I knew for certain, love, growth, and family are eternal values, a place where challenges and memories meet to create complete and lasting happiness.